Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the Akai MPC. Got a question from Monsterism asking if we can use the Ableton Move as a audio interface for the MPC, and if we can use the pads to play notes chromatically. And the answer is yes to both, but I'm going to go over a few things, and you can see this whole mess of cables back here because we need to talk about a lot of cabling here. So first up, just to use the Move as an audio interface. If you've got let me just move this over. I'll show you. If you got a USB-C to USB-A cable, that is a data cable, not just a charging cable. But if you plug this into your USB back here, and then you go to Menu and Preferences, we can go to Audio Devices, and you can switch between internal and the Ableton Move. Yours will be whatever its unique USB ID is. But as far as I can tell, it works just fine. So if I go main and switch over to this drum and bass kit, you might be like, I don't believe you. It's not coming out of here. Well, I'm just going to put the Move here for a second. All I did was just go to press the record. With the new update, we can select what we want. So I just changed this to USB-C audio. And we've got the, you can see here, as I hit the pads, it's going through here. And if I go just change monitoring off, you can see that we're able to record, like we could record any audio we wanted into the Move here and have it turned off or silent, or we can turn it back on. So definitely works just fine. The problem, I'm just going to disconnect this for a second and we'll plug it back in. But there is an issue though with the Midi, from what I can tell, is it's not going over USB-C. If I go back into menu and we go to preferences and come down to Midi sync, we can see that there's some output ports. We can send Midi to the Ableton Move for the live and user port. I'm assuming those are mostly for things to set up and configure Ableton Live and not for other devices. We don't have, like it says we've got a import here, but if I go global and control, we would think that we're going to get those. I already had track on, which is where we should be getting MIDI. But to just basically get this to work at all, what you need to do is you hold down your shift key, go into config, and you want to scroll down to MIDI. I've got my track 4 is my MIDI track right now. So if I just switch over to track 4, I can play these notes. I just muted it. So I just tapped mute, I held down mute and muted track 4. So now you can hear it, but I'm just going to mute it again because I figured if I want to use it as a MIDI track, might as well turn it off. But you can see here, if we go to this plugin, it's not playing anything. So what I ended up just doing, because I was like, you know what, maybe it has to be connected to the A port. I got my trusty Roland UM1. And if I come in here and just plug this in to the USB A port on the Move, check this out. So first, we can see it's lit up. And if I tap a pad, we can see we're sending MIDI finally. And it does go in, and we can see that we're playing it on the MPC. And it's sending the audio back out through the Move. So you can do this. It's just, you probably, until they support sending the MIDI over here, I don't know what to tell you. You're just going to have to get like a USB-A adapter that has MIDI on the other end that it can work. I can tell the Roland M1 works because I'm seeing the MIDI lights light up and everything. But just to show you one last time, if I go disconnect this and we're just over USB-C that it should be sending MIDI, let's go change that. If I go to the input monitor, we can see it's just not sending anything. And I think this is like some of the videos I've been doing, I think this has been the main problem. So presumably I can use the M1 to go control the SP404 Mark II and other things. It just means that we unfortunately need additional gear to get this to work in some cases. So I don't know what's not is or is not class compliant about the SP404 Mark II here, that it's not working. But the Roland M1, which seems to be my saves the day device and adapter, seems to work just fine with the Ableton Move to allow us to use it as a MIDI controller and then go set our scales and do all that fun stuff. So anyway, thank you for the question, Monsterism, and everybody else. Thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.